Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40,000 boarding patrols, and today we're going to take a look at the Genestealer boarding patrol box set that's soon to come out from Games Workshop. Now in this video we're going to go through, talk about the contents of the box set, how we can build these units up and what they can do on the tabletop, before having a look at some other units we can use to expand upon after this initial purchase. We'll then finally finish off the video with a little sample 500 point armor list, the standard size army for boarding patrols in Warhammer 40k, for you to use hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own Genestealer boarding patrol force. And so, with that said, to start off with, we get a couple of characters. Now, this might seem a little different. You need to go check out how Genestealer can build their boarding patrols, but effectively, they can have multiple characters so long as only one of these said character models has a wounds characteristic of 5 or more. And so, the first one we're going to talk about here is going to be the Kelomorph. Now, the Kelomorph only has 4 wounds, so it's sort of one of those minor characters within the Genestealer cults. Now the Kelomorph's got a few cool rules. First of all, he's got his Gunslinger rule, where each time this model makes a ranged attack, if a hit is scored after this model makes the rest of its ranged attacks, it can make an additional ranged attack at the same target using the same weapon. This additional ranged attack cannot generate any further additional ranged attacks though. Its hypersensory abilities in your shooting phase after this model shoots can make a normal move or fall back as if it were your movement phase, even if it arrived from reinforcements. And heroic deeds, heroic inspiration, if this model destroys an enemy model in your shooting phase, until the end of the phase, it is the heroic inspiration. If this model is in heroic inspiration, when a friendly cult core unit is within 6 inches, they can reroll hit rolls of 1. On top of this, it's got preternatural sensors for a 5-up invulnerable. Now, a lot of that bases around its shooting. It's got a 18-inch range pistol 2 Liberator auto sub, and it's got 3 of these weapons, so pistol 6 technically. Strength 5, minus 1 AP, damage 1, and each time you select a target for this weapon, you can ignore the Lookout Sir rule. And each time an attack is made with this weapon, a modified wound roll of a 6 inflicts a mortal wound on the target in addition to any normal damage. This guy is an absolute character killer, Gunslinger Supreme. Now, we then look at our 6 wound character, our character that has 5 wounds or more, and this is the Abominance. So this is the larger character. You can see to the right of the picture where you've got the Kelomorph to the left. On the right, you have the Abominant. It's got Familiar's Claws, which is its little friend that hangs around. Each time these fight, it can make 2 additional attacks with them, and it's got its Power Sledgehammer as well for ×2 strength, minus 3 AP, damage D3 plus 3, with its base strength 5, meaning this goes to strength 10. Now, it's got a few cool abilities like the Kelomorph, the Chosen One. When a friendly cult aberrant unit is within 6 inches, each time the model in that unit makes a melee attack, they can reroll hit rolls of 1. It's got a 5-up Feel No Pain. It's Bestial Vigor. Each time an attack is allocated to this model, so you subtract 1 from the damage coming in. And it's Mindworm Familiar. Each time this model is selected to fight, you can reroll 1 hit and wound roll when resolving its attacks as well. Now, of course, we just talked about how this guy boosts aberrants, and we do have a unit of aberrants in the box set as well. Aberrants are the larger Genestealers you can see on the far right, sort of like Genestealers that haven't truly become pure strains. They're weird sort of last stage before, and fail just at that last stage. The Aberrants do have heavy improvised power weapons and heavy improvised weapons, and they've got their hypermorph tails as well. They put out a tremendous amount of damage, a lot of damage 2 and damage 3 coming out of them. They subtract 1 from the damage, much like the Abominant friend they have. And they've got strength 5 base, so you can, with the heavy power weapons, become plus 3 strength. And then your heavy improvised weapon is only plus 1 strength, but each time an attack is made, excess damage inflicts is not lost and keeps spreading out to the unit, which is pretty cool. Now, the last unit we have is 10 Acolyte Hybrids, which can also be built as hybrid metamorphs, but I would always recommend building them as Acolyte Hybrids from this box set because you've already got 3 elite choices, so you wouldn't be able to use them all in the same list. Now, the Acolyte Hybrids are what we're going to talk about. They have a few different options. You can take the Cult Icon in there, which can use the Summon the Cult ability, which is pretty cool. We can bring models back. And you've also got Warriors, so you've got the ability to replace all the models having Hand Flamers. Obviously, you can have that Cult Icon in the unit. For every 5 models, 2 Acolytes can replace their weapon with Demolition Charges, Rock Cutters, Rock Jewels, and Heavy Swords. The Acolyte Leader can replace his pistol with a Cult Bone Sword or a Cult Lash Whip. And his Cult Claws and Knife can be replaced with a Bone Sword or Lash Whip as well. So you can have a nice variety of different weapons. The Bone Sword being a nice combat weapon, plus 1 strength, minus 2 AP, damage 2 with his 3 attacks is pretty solid. Now, if we're looking at where to go next, our other troop option, we have a neophyte hybrids. These are the ones that look almost human. Now, they can have the cult icon as well to get some of the cult in the command phase happening, but you've also got the ability to bring cult shotguns instead of their pistols if you want, though I do like the idea of the pistols. I think they work nicely in this sort of style of game. One neophyte hybrid can have said cult icon. For every 10 models in the unit, 2 of the models can replace their auto guns and shotguns with heavy stubbers, mining lasers, and seismic cannons. And for every 10 models in the unit, can have a flamer, grenade launcher, or Weber in the unit as well. Neophyte Leader's auto gun can be replaced with a chainsword, power maul, power mic, and can also have the auto pistol, bolt pistol, and web pistol in there as well. Now, another character we can look in, because obviously we can fit a HQ character that's got 4 wounds. The Acolyte Icon Ward, I think, is a really cool one. His big ability is the Sacred Occult Banner. At the end of the move unit step of your movement phase, one Acolyte Icon Board from your army can start to perform this action. This action is completed at the start of your charge phase. If the action is successfully completed, the model that performs this action gains the aura ability until the end of the turn, Sacred Cult Banner. This effectively allows units that are Cult Infantry, Cult Biker, and Cult Character units, excluding a Genestealer unit, within 6 inches to add 1 to their charge rolls. On top of this, he also just gives out, if a friendly core cult unit is within 6 inches, that unit can summon the cult. And then Sacred Cult Banner, this model can perform the following action. We've been through that as well. Now, he's got, just a standard sort of loadout of weapons. He's not too great in combat. His big thing is that banner. Then we then have the Patriarch. If we're maybe looking to swap out the Abominant for another character, the Patriarch is effectively the Broodlord. Patriarch's claws, -3 AP at strength of user, so strength 5, damage 2, and got the ability to go on a modified wound roll of 6, has an AP of -6 and a damage of 3. It's also a Psyker as well. And of course, if we're bringing the Patriarch, then pure trained Genestealers are definitely something to have a look into. AP -3, damage 1, the ability to charge even if they've advanced, 4 up invulnerable save as well, which is really cool. These models are just insanely good. 4 attacks, strength 4 with that AP -3, really nice to hit home with. And so here we have our sample army list for the Genestealer cults. The cult we've chosen to go with is going to be the Hive cult. I particularly like all the abilities this one provides us. Just gives us a nice couple of abilities. First of all, units with the Creed are eligible to shoot in a turn in which they fell back, but if they do so, they are -1. And units with the Creed can perform an action in a turn in which they fell back as well. While a unit with Creed is performing an action as well, they can still shoot. So a nice couple of really solid abilities. Now we've then got our Acolyte Hybrids and our Neophyte Hybrids, both at 10 strong in this. The Acolyte Hybrids have a Demolition Charge and a Heavy Rock Saw, along with the Cult Icon and the Acolyte Leader in there with the Cult Bone Sword and Lash Whip. The Neophyte Hybrids, in the meantime, are going to have the Icon Ward in there, along with a Grenade Launcher, a Mine Laser, Heavy Stubber, and Weber as their special weapons. Other than that, the Neophyte Leader has just got the standard loadout with the auto gun. Now, elites-wise, we've got the Aberrant unit, and then, of course, we've got the Abominant and the Kelamorph rounding out our force. We have 2 of our 3 available characters used up. Really, up to you which one you want to be the HQ option. They both can take the Warlord traits available to us in this particular game mode. So, really, which one do you want to be your Warlord for your force is up to you. If you've been playing with the Genestealer cults in Warhammer 40k, especially in boarding patrols, let us know how you've been going down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought of the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, either by Patreon or YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some channel merch from our Teespring or Ko-fi stores. As a special thank you to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out for their amazing support. So thank you to our Patrons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowell, Alderon Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cader, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Colomos, Colorblind Magic, Daniel Etherington, and Andy C. And a special thank you to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weird, James South, James Tillman, and Dylan Areno. lastly, a special thank you to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see here on the channel. Thank you for everything. And also a massive thank you to all our moderators on our Discord server and everyone that comes and helps film the battle reports on the channel. Thank you all once again. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.